Hey everybody, it's me, Edward Jones, back with a new video, range hacks. I've heard of the topic of life hacks where you find ways to do things easier, do things more efficient, or just do things in a fun way to kind of make your certain day-to-day activities go by a lot smoother. And I've been doing some things, one that's new and one I've been doing for several years that has made my times on the range a lot easier, a lot more fun. I've been able to do a lot more things. So I figured I'd do a fair share a few things with you guys. First, I'm gonna show you the one that I've been doing for quite some time. I came up with this from looking at if you guys aren't familiar with Oleg Volk. He's a photographer, and he takes a lot of cool firearm photos. He has some pretty cool pictures. I'll share the link in the description box. But there was one particular poster that he did that was it was like reduce, reuse, recycle. But to transfer it onto the shooting range, it was reduce your shooting time, reuse your targets, and recycle your brass. And I would say I've done 2 out of 3 of those things over the years. I don't get to really do a lot of rapid fire shooting because the range I go to, they don't allow that kind of fun. But I have been, I've been reusing, been recycling my brass, as you see in my previous videos. But one thing I've been doing quite often is been using masking tape, taking this with me and taping up my targets. Now, the targets are pretty cheap, but I figure if tape is cheaper, then I use it to my advantage. So what I'll do is, if I shoot up my target, move to the side here, and I have a bunch of holes, I've destroyed the main target. What I'll do is I'll take some garbage out of the trash can at the range, maybe like another shot up target. I just tape it on the back of the larger target paper. As you see that tape right there, but there you go. And that's how I'm able to reuse a lot of my targets, and I save I save some change. And something like you can get creative with it. One thing I'll do is I'll take an old ammo box. And I believe I did a video on this many years back, but I figured I'd just put the information out there again in a more updated video. What I'll do is I'll put double-sided tape on an old ammo box, and I'll just tape it to the paper. And when I shoot it, it reacts. Get a little bit of reaction. You see some confetti fly out the back of the target, which is pretty cool. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll have like a marker on me or a pen, and I have a little bit of fun. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's a frowny face. See, there's a frown right there, and there are the eyes. Not bad grouping. This was from between 7 to 10 yards, maybe even 15. This is with the Browning high power. I went to the shooting range with my mom over the weekend. She had a good time. She hasn't, this was the second time ever doing it because she lives in New York, but she came to South Carolina to visit. And yeah, so bought this one target paper for myself, and I just started taping range trash on top of it and just kept reusing it. So that's a little range hack I wanted to share with you guys. He doesn't look like he's having a good day. Almost able to punch out, a good circle in the middle. I wanted to say that that accuracy to another range hack that I came up with. Now I know that with sights, a lot of people that have glow in the dark paint on their sights, which I'm not always in. I can't remember the last time I've been to Hobby Lobby. It may have been, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 years ago. I went to Hobby Lobby, and what I thought of doing was finding a paint that I can use to paint over my front sight, paint on my sights, one of my pistols. But when I was in Manning, I came across, I was checking out my 1911, and the thought came to me is, I wonder if I want to get back into doing that. And then I looked around on some old stationery that I had back in Manning, came across this. This is a liquid paper correction pen. And it basically is whiteout, or can't say whiteout because I guess that's trademarked by Bic. But it's a correction pen. It's white ink. So what I did was I took advantage of that, and along with a red Sharpie, I made my own, I guess, somewhat high-vis sights. See if you guys can see that. What I did was I painted. They now on the Burning High Power. You notice these little divots in the sight. Now they're recessed in. I guess it could be because that not a lot of light would go into that part of the sight, which makes it a lot more easier to see. Or it could be, you know, for the purpose of putting paint inside of it. So that's what I did. What I did was I filled it in with the correction ink, and then to the red Sharpie, and went over it because, as you know, with correction ink, it is meant to be written over, so it absorbs ink fairly well. Because what I tried to do first was just use straight ink without using the correction ink. Use the marker without using correction ink, and it was too dark. So I cleaned everything off, used the correction ink, and then wrote over it with used the ink from the Sharpie where the correction ink was, and absorbed it, and it actually comes out more. It stands out more. So you can see 3 red dots, 3 red squares in this case, and in the front, you can get that in the camera. I just used some correction ink on the front sight, and it has the same divot as on the rear sights. So you get a sight picture like this. See if I can manipulate that for the camera. There we go. And that's the sight picture I would get. Now, when I was at the range, I didn't have the red ink. I only had the white ink, but it was still very easy to see. There we go. Still very easy to see that way. And I was able to get my sights lined up a lot faster than if I was relying on the low light conditions in the range. So, and I may go back over this with maybe some glow in the dark paint someday, but so far this actually looks pretty nice. I'm show it to you guys again. Like I haven't. There you go. I remember doing this inverse. There we go. So it's I can, I get my sights lined up pretty quickly, because I can see that there's the 2 red squares and the 1 white square in the front. So those are a few range hacks I wanted to show you guys. I like to make sure when anytime I go to a shooting range is not just train, practice. There's some fun involved, and so I come up with I draw some silly faces like a clown face, or I don't know. I think I drew maybe a jack-o'-lantern on one range target I made up. But I think if you you can have a lot of fun with the range. You just have some masking tape, some markers, and the right amount of range scrap, and you can have a good time. And it's basically you're also recycling a lot of things that especially range garbage. You're recycling a lot of it, so you put it to good use. So you don't have to keep buying targets all the time. But that's my video. What do you guys think? Do you have any range hacks that you want to share out there? I'd be happy to see what you guys have to share in the comment section. I hope you enjoy these videos, any new viewers out there, and I hope you look forward to new videos to come, as well as check out my old videos in the archives. Gripes, complaints about my range hacks, you know what you can do. But that's my video, range hacks. I'm Edward Jones, and thanks for watching.